Well, it's Thursday Night Live. Thursday Night Live. It is September the 28th, 2023. It's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, and it is time for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Do not adjust your television set. Do not change the channel unless you do not want to hear conservative talk radio, talk television, and all kind of other foolish shenanigans for the next hour. We want you just to relax and enjoy yourself. If you're not in that kind of mood, you might want to change the channel. But we welcome you tonight to our broadcast right here on Facebook and YouTube Live. If you're watching on the Facebook channel, if you don't mind, reach over and hit the like button, hit the share button so that our broadcast shares on your page. Lets everybody know that you're a fan of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and it also broadcasts our show tonight on your Facebook page. We're coming to you live tonight from our studio in Enterprise, Georgia, our studio in Thompsontown, Georgia, and our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia. And our studio at the old Rocket Speedway, turn number 3, is down tonight. Got some satellite trouble over there in the state of Alabama, and hopefully next week that'll be back up and running. But we welcome you tonight. We're coming to you live all across the great USA and foreign countries where it's both legal and illegal for us to broadcast. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and coming to you live in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. And I see Rhonda, Pate, and Billy are watching from the great state of Baker tonight, and we give a big shout out to them and all of our other Baker County folks watching tonight. We're glad you chose to join us. Call somebody on the phone. Call your neighbors. Let them know Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show are live and in color, and tell them to tune us in. Turn the antenna, turn the satellite, turn the internet up, and tune us in right here on Facebook and YouTube. I see right here Dr. Ted Airy said he's watching from the bowels of Doherty County.
Is that the high dollar district?
Large area.
Is that the large or the small intestine, Dr. Erie? I didn't know which one that might be. Oh, boys, I got us on a new spot tonight. Never have been there before. Never have we been on this big screen before. The very first time ever we've been on this big screen. 91.9 inches. Calvin's. We are live at Calvin's tonight, guys. Calvin's Clip-On Tie Menagerie. Calvin's Recycled Chapstick. Calvin's Shag Carpet Tablecloths and Napkins. Calvin's Chihuahua Dog Glamour Shots. And Calvin's Carp Caviar in Cyrene, Georgia.
That Calvin's got it going on, man. Yeah. I think I'm gonna order me one of them shag carpet tablecloths and napkins. That'd be good.
They got them matching. Yeah, matching shag carpet tablecloths and napkins.
He may be starting something. He may be starting something. They folks do all kind of things, you know.
Can you get some bell-bottom breeches to wear while you're eating to go with that shag carpet?
Yeah. And for all those of you that have your little Chihuahua dogs, he does glamour shots on Chihuahua dogs. I don't know why he don't do anything but Chihuahuas, but that's what he does.
He got a finish for Chihuahua. Cyrene, Georgia, man. That's an old settlement down there. Yeah. Settlement down there.
Florida, you ever eaten carp caviar?
Oh, I know, but I eat mullet roe. That's pretty close to the same thing. Pretty close. I ain't much of a carp. I'm not much of a carp fish for aficionado. I've seen folks.
I'm gonna pass on that, and I'm gonna pass on that recycled chapstick.
And I'll tell you what. So we got folks. We got a diverse. We do the DEI. We did diverse, equity, and inclusion. Now tell me we don't include.
That makes a good Floyd. We ought to be DEI certified.
We ought to be DEI certified. That's right. Diversity, equity, because we all the same. We treat everybody the same. That's equity, ain't it? equity and inclusivity. So we include everybody.
Yeah. I mean, where else could Calvin get on the TV at?
He couldn't get on. He couldn't get on TV nowhere. They would nobody. They'd laugh him off. You let him try to get on Channel 6 News or Channel 4 News or Channel 18 News with his advertising. Can't do it. No, they wouldn't promote it.
We already been told we was the number one equal opportunity offenders that there was.
That's right.
So we just as well branch on out.
Speaking of Mullet Badcock just clicked in. He's watching tonight. Mullet Badcock Carpenter's watching.
That's him.
I bet he could put some mullet away.
He could put a mullet lips,
I bet you he could.
Mullet whatever. Yeah. It don't matter. He eat
All
everything.
right.
He eat everything on the mullet but the scales.
You think he'll eat the backbone, Floyd?
He'll eat the backbone. He'll eat the backbone. He'll gnaw it down. He'll polish it down. He'll polish that boy down like he's shining a new pair of patent leather shoes.
Oh man!
And some you folks out there don't know what patent leather shoes are. They're real black, shiny shoes that state troopers wear or used to wear. They probably wear any shoes now, but when I was coming up, they had them black.
Oh no, they still got them same patent leather
They
shoes.
got the same patent leather downstairs. Got the same patent leather gun holster and all that shiny.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It'd
be shiny
I
too.
hadn't had any access to any in a pretty good while. I hadn't been near one.
It'd be shiny.
That's good. Hey, they got anything lived up to.
Have you ever seen them firsthand though in your life before, Floyd?
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, I've looked down at them in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. Hey, tri-states. I'm a tri-states man.
So you've seen all troopers in all 3 states.
I saw one in Florida one time down in Florida around Perry, Florida, Dixie County. We went and got to Dixie County.
Crystal River.
Yeah, we were coming home from the Daytona 500, if you will.
Y'all were in Dixie County? Wait a minute.
They pulled me over.
You were in Dixie County coming home from the Daytona 500?
Yeah, we've taken a scenic route. We had to go and get a pizza. And coming through Dixie County, and I got he for some reason he pulled me over. And anyway, and Hootie Calhoun was with me, Pearlie Franklin was with me, and I think Bear Calhoun was with me. Anyway, so we got Bear might not have been with us. Bear might have been riding with somebody else. He might have sort of riding on the wall and decided he'd get out of there, but pulled me over. He's a nice guy. I'm gonna tell you how smooth it was. I talked him down from him putting the cuffs on me and taking me straight to jail where I'd spend about the next 45 days in the Dixie County jail. That was the first thing come out of his mouth. I talked him down to letting me mail him in the mail $35.
You were talking, wasn't you?
Talking, man. I put it on him. No, it wasn't nothing but the truth. That's all it's ever been. Nothing but the truth.
Well, see, he had to be amazed at you anyhow because Daytona Beach, Florida, is on the Atlantic coast, and you was way over here in Cross City, Florida, on the Gulf Coast.
That was supposed to have I-10 and all of that, Queez. Well, you couldn't go there.
Yeah, but you were still cutting.
You had to get see Georgia, Cockrell, Georgia is southwest Georgia, so you got to go from southwest to southeast. So that means anti-goggling across that way. That's what. Yeah, you can't go really anti-goggling across Florida. You got to go down and then dogleg across. So that's what we do.
Did he stop you for
that day? You was anti-goggling.
It was anti-goggling.
Did he stop you?
He was anti-goggling that day. You ain't got to worry about it.
He stopped you for a seatbelt violation, wasn't it?
Yeah, seatbelt violation. That was it. Talking on the cell phone.
Window tint.
That was
window tint.
59, Marvin.
Do what?
He had him window tint.
Yeah, he got you for too much window tint.
Yeah,
window tint.
They're playing my music too loud.
Hey, boys, those peanuts in the background, guess where they came from?
I know
on the ground right now. On the ground right now, none other than Pickle Farms, Charles Pickle. Hey, some peanuts on those vines right there.
I hope we can get them all, man. I hope y'all. Hey, look at me. Look at me. I talked to one of my buddies a while ago, Terry Pickle. He said he had something about ready to come up. He was waiting on that inch to 3 inches of rain that was coming. That we got probably a half a tenth out of. He said he had to run his irrigation system. He run that pivot on me. He said, I'm putting them on top of the ground. I said, well, look to me like you're going to have you some fair weather to pick some peanuts in about the next week or so. He said, hope so. I said, look to me like you are, son. So y'all get them up.
They ain't even talking about no rain.
Get them up. Get them out of the ground.
Well,
Get them every day.
I got our weather report coming up at the end, and for the next 7 days, the highest chance of rain is 6% chance.
That's non-existent almost.
Yep. They ain't talking about no rain.
Yep, I see it.
They ain't.
Hey, boys, here's another picture from the pickle farm right here. Look at that squash, fall squash coming up right there.
Man, them squash look good right there now.
Yeah, I say probably about there tomorrow, they'll be picking squash on them. I know y'all too. So that boy
They coming on up,
he can
ain't
grow a patch. Now let me tell you, he can grow a garden. I ain't sure how much fertilizer he got under that, but I believe
And
about probably no later than Monday they'll be picking squash right there.
And them ain't been in the ground but what, 2 days?
About 2 days. I say about 2 days, maybe 48 hours.
Yeah, that's what.
He's,
And
he's a magician with produce now.
he's the only man I know can put a seed in the ground, and 3 to 4 days later he's picking produce off
He's
of it.
picking produce off of it. Y'all need to take some lessons from him because he can do it now.
Yeah.
He's been doing it a long time. He didn't just start either.
Hey, that's what I was fit to say. He do it the old school way.
Right.
Look, Kenneth Spooner sent this one to us. He took that last night. Look at the color off that moon coming off those clouds right there. Blue, orange. Lord's handiwork right there now.
Yep.
The good Lord painted that.
Yep.
He did.
Yep.
Well, guys, I want to just throw this question out to you since we just talking about everything. Did either of you attempt to watch the Republican debate last night?
Yeah.
No, I did.
I did. And I got that hold that thought, but we'll go ahead and talk about it. But I got that on my list of impossibilities later on.
Oh, okay.
But that's fine. No, it's fine. It's no problem. You ain't stepping. Yeah, I tipped you to watch it. And if any of y'all out there ever watched what the Animal House movie? Y'all watch it. Y'all know what the food fight in the cafeteria there was, where you puts it in. That was reminiscent of that. And they think they have a chance, a snowball's chance to unseat Donald Trump.
Well,
front runner.
I watched the first one. That's why I didn't watch the second one.
That's it.
That's exactly why.
It's a shame.
There you go.
I didn't watch it, but I read some of the reviews, and the reviews were you were very nice. I'll put it to you that way, Floyd.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I sugarcoated it.
Yep, you did. Hey, how about telling them, Queasel, if you don't mind, about one of our good folks, our sponsor, none other than Moby Dick Restaurant.
You know, there's been a heap of people that has tried to copy what they do, but nobody can do it. There's been restaurants all over everywhere that has sprung up to try to do that buffet like the Moby Dick, but nobody can do it. The Moby Dick grew from many years ago from a catfish house to a world-renowned restaurant. We have people come from all over to come through Colquitt to eat at the Moby Dick. They drive here specifically to eat. We have people who plan trips, going to the beach, going to places like that, to be coming through Colquitt at lunchtime, at supper time, on the weekends when they have them buffets going. Man, it's great food. You can't beat it. You can't beat the specials they do with the seafood. And that Sunday buffet, man, I'm going to tell you what, I don't care where you go. You will not find food that will touch it. Taste-wise, you eat all you can eat all you want. Good people, good service. See all your friends out there. It's just a good place to gather. Good food, never let you down. It always tastes the same. Great place to eat. Go by and see them. Go by and visit them, and just fix your plate, and you'll see what we're talking about.
We just had a viewer send this in, and I reckon they know that we like to talk about controversial topics. This is true. It's a YouTube video. A man who wants a uterus so he can be the first trans woman to abort a baby.
I don't doubt it. That's how insane they are. I mean, when you promote that stuff daily, and when you put it in children's, start with them in children's heads. When you start poking that stuff in their head and telling them that that's possible, that anything that they can be anything they want to be, and that a man can have a baby. That's what you get. That's what you wind up with. That's what you wind up with.
Well,
Insanity.
Why not just abort him and kill two birds with
Abort
one
himself.
stone?
Why don't he just go ahead and abort himself and make a point?
That's what I say.
Just abort yourself and be done.
Just abort him and get it.
Y'all, this is that. That is absurd. A man wanting to become a transgender and have a uterus so he can be the first trans woman to abort a baby. What in the world?
First of all, that ain't a man.
He ain't gonna be no trans woman. He ain't gonna transition to a woman. He's gonna be like a Frankenstein. I mean, that's basically about what it's gonna amount to, and that's what he's gonna be. And I don't know what you do with folks like that. I mean, used to they had somewhere they could send them and get them out of decent regular people's faces, but now they put them on the center stage. Man, they the coolest thing is on TV.
Oh man, they just so brave and so just to be open and honest and just go out and make all these claims. Yeah, you're right. Used to be a place. In Milledgeville, wasn't that the name of the town that was up there in Georgia? The place that you're talking about there, Floyd.
What's that now?
What's the name of the town? Milledgeville.
I believe that's what. Chattahoochee, down there, Chattahoochee. They had a Chattahoochee down there.
Yeah.
It was local.
But I don't.
Had one that close all them down though. Let's close all them down.
But you could take all them, and they still had more sense than this fella did.
That's right. But sure did.
Floyd, let me ask you this. I know your daddy was old school. If you'd have come home and told him that you wanted to get a uterus so you could be the first trans woman to abort a baby, what would your daddy have said?
What he said. He said, "Boy," he said, "What?" He said, "Look at that shed right yonder." He said, "I got a hoe out there." He said, "Go out there and start hoeing them peanuts out there. Hoeing that bull right out them peanuts." That's exactly what he told me to do. Or if peanut hoeing season was over, he said, "Look here." He said, "Grab you a bucket of staples and a hammer and go around and make sure all this fence wire around this farm's tight, nail it up good, and then when you get done with that, then you come and we'll have a conversation." And then we still have the same conversation. I'm gonna take that hoe handle, or I'm gonna take that hammer handle, and I'm gonna turn it around, and I'm gonna put it upside your head. I'm gonna try to knock some sense into you. And
Daddy always told me if you were working,
nobody would have called the law on him, for doing that.
Daddy always told me if you was working, you didn't have time to talk foolishness.
You ain't got time to do that. Get out, get your hands on stuff. There's too many people now that have too much free time. They have too much time on their hands doing nothing.
That's right. You're right.
But hey, it's the world we live in. And 25, 30 years ago, people would have said that's fiction. That's off of a movie. But it's not. Yeah. It's where we are. And here's the bad thing. Society is normalizing this behavior.
Well, here's what's worse than that. We the ones that let it get that way.
Society is normalizing.
Yeah. What'd you say, Queasel?
We let it get that way.
Yeah.
We keep electing the same people to go up there to office and stay up there and just do whatever they want to do. And but do you notice a change a little bit? Do you see they're gonna let old kid wear short sleeve breeches and a hoodie up there in the Senate, and Chuck Schumer, he just gonna fix it. He said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna lower the standards and let him come in here and wear whatever he wants to wear, just whatever it makes him to feel comfortable." Well, the rest of the Senate got enough, so they voted today to put the dress code back. What Chuck Schumer say? He come right back and say, "Yeah, we need a dress code." They don't know what they're doing. They just flop it back and forth. He ain't worth. He's worse than Joe Biden.
Which way the wind blowing? Which way the wind blowing? That's it right there. And he's doing it. I smell money somewhere. So that's it.
But I'm gonna tell y'all something, and It's gonna take more than a coat and a tie to dress up old kid that wear them short leg breeches. That still ain't gonna dress him up.
Number one, they said this right up here is malfunction. All that stuff shorted
It's
out.
gonna take more
All
than a
this
coat and
in
tie.
between these ears, all that stuff shorted out. And anybody that out there is listening and you are a Democrat, I want you to call me up and argue with me about the fact that he's sane. I want you to convince me that he's a sane person. Hold on just a second. Just hold time out just a second. Top Gun for Life, Emerson. I see, man, we appreciate you watching. You with us. You one of our biggest watchers, one of our biggest audience members every week. And you put a lot of stuff on the side there. Back off a little bit. Ease back off that, Emerson, and let somebody else have some keyboard time there. We love you. We appreciate you watching us. And I know I'm great. I know I need to be, and according to you, I need to be the president of the United States or the governor or whatever. But I'm not going to do it. So just ease back up on that keyboard there a little bit, Top Gun for Life, Emerson, and we'll get along better. And all that people that are watching us to get along better, we love you, man. We love you. We support you 100%. But just back off on that keyboard a little bit, if you will. Thank you. Go ahead.
You know who made me proud yesterday?
Who is
That lady that's a senator from Alabama.
Yeah, I know.
Britt,
her
is that her name?
Brand new. Britt, Katie Britt.
Katie
What
Britt.
did she do?
Woo, she told them a head full yesterday. They was doing. She was on there with Cruz and what's old kid from South Carolina, Graham.
Yeah,
and they was on there and they was talking about the immigrants and they was challenging the press. They was talking to the press and they was challenging the press to ask the Democrats the same question they asked the Republicans. And they turned that microphone over to that little old young lady. And let me tell you what she did. She started up one side of them and went up one side and down the other. And I was so proud for her. I think about moving to Alabama just to vote for her.
Just to have some time anyway. Alabama's got two great senators.
That gal put it on.
Tommy Tuberville, and he ain't backing up.
You better believe it.
But they hate, boy, the liberal media hates Tuberville.
They hate him.
Let me tell y'all something.
They hate him because he's for real.
Yeah.
All y'all folks over in Alabama, you better be proud of your senators. You could be like us.
Could be like us. You could have two straight lunatics for senators. So y'all,
they don't back down from nobody. I am so proud for y'all.
Amen.
I really am.
Amen. Yes. Keep it going, Alabama. Help us out.
You better believe it.
Hey, did y'all see? I read an article today. There is it's a religious organization, some kind of faith organization. They have written letters to Trinity Broadcasting Network, to the Crouches, asking them to remove Mike Huckabee off the air because they say he is spewing misinformation. And they've got this big petition up. So I went to their website, and it's a faith group. They support Black Lives Matter. They support the LGBTQ movement. They support climate change and global warming and all of that.
Well, did you see what was it Joe Biden did today? He was trying to make a speech and one of the climate guys kept on and on. He finally said, if you'll just hush up, he said, I'll meet with you privately after the thing. Did y'all see that?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see
it.
Oh,
yeah. A heckler.
What heckler. Yeah. How much more money can we spend? How much more money can we throw away on climate change?
And man's
going to control the climate. Man, we're going to get this climate under control because we smarter than God.
I see a change coming. You saw what they done when Biden said that you couldn't teach archery and shot and hunting skills and all that in school no more. You saw what, bipartisan coming back together. I think they're getting tired of Biden and his cronies and their crowd. That's what I think's happening.
Why can't we teach hunting and archery?
No, man, that's masculinity. That's toxic masculinity. You can't do that.
Well, and it destroys hunting. Hunting destroys the environment. And so they want to make it illegal to teach archery and hunting in school so that you can teach children how to be responsible with guns and bow and arrows and weapons, and then he's wanting to take away all certain kind of fishing lures and fishing weights and all from fishermen because that's going to destroy the environment. Anything that's any good, somebody wakes him up long enough to tell him what they want to do, and he wants to
Can you
strike.
imagine it? Can you imagine how many deer wrecks there would be if they outlawed hunting?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but how many deer have you got in Washington, D.C.?
It ain't
He's made a
none
living off of people in Washington.
They got no deers up there, but you got some other species up there that's walking around.
Yeah, you
Yeah, matter of fact, I raise them out here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. So it just don't make good sense. I mean, it don't. They don't want you. They don't want you to be able to feed your family if times are hard. They want you to depend on the government. That's what they want. I ain't gonna depend on the government. I just ain't gonna do it.
No.
Hey guys, we appreciate our good friends at Ziggy B's Seafood Market right here in Colquitt, Georgia. Told us today is 1 year she's been a sponsor on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and we want to give a big shout out to Ms. Ansley at Ziggy B's. We appreciate her sponsorship, and we want you to go and pay her a visit for all of your finest quality seafood, steaks, anywhere around right there in Colquitt, Georgia. Ziggy B's Seafood Market. Fresh oysters. Mullet roll will be coming very soon. Catfish, scallop, shrimp, lobster, yellowfin tuna, salmon, whatever. Man, she has got the finest display of seafood anywhere around in Colquitt, Georgia. I don't know if she's doing it tomorrow night. I hadn't heard, but a lot of the times on Friday night she does a low country boil. And but hey, listen, if you want to get you some seafood, you don't have to go any farther than Ziggy B's. Hey, it's worth the drive for those of you that live in the panhandle of Florida and in southeast Alabama to make the trek over to Colquitt, Georgia and visit her. I promise you, she'll treat you with dignity. She'll treat you with a smile, and you will leave there. When you get home and you cook that up, you'll be glad that you made the trip over there. Hey, Ansley, we appreciate Ziggy B's being a 1 year sponsor right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Go by and see her. Tell her you heard about us on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And now, guys, it's time for trivia. Southern Hissy Fits. Trivia time right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Southern Hissy Fits, they're located on the southwest corner of the square in Colquitt. All your embroidery, t-shirts, tumblers, gifts. If you got an item that you already own and you want to get it embroidered, take it in. She'll do it. She can order the items for you. They have their own line of scented candles called Hissy Scents. Go by and see them. Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt. Our winner will receive an enameled logo mug courtesy of Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. The winner of tonight's trivia contest. And we're looking for the correct answer and your name. Correct answer and your name. Text it to 229-254-5060. And tonight's trivia question brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits is: who is credited with teaching Beatle John Lennon how to play the harmonica? Who is credited with teaching Beatle John Lennon to play the harmonica? I'm looking for your name and the correct answer. Text it to 229-254-5060. Trivia time brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Who is credited with teaching Beatle John Lennon to play the harmonica? You got the answer? Send it over to us and let us know. And you will be the winner of tonight's trivia contest. You know the answer, Queasel?
Me? Do I know the answer? No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Floyd, you know the answer, don't you?
I know the answer.
I don't know.
I'm
I'm more of a drummer than I am a harmonica player. I can tell you who played the drums for the Beatles.
But now I'll tell you this, I guarantee you Queasel knows the man or knows of the man that taught him.
He might.
Do.
He may not. He might. He might not.
Uh,
He's a legend.
Here's two answers coming in. One of them says Uncle George Smith. The other one says Walter Snodgrass. I'm assuming Walter sent that and he guessed Uncle George Smith. He was not telling us that he taught he taught the Beatles how to play the harmonica.
He
That
could
is
have.
not
He
correct.
could have. He can do everything else, so he could
He
have
might
taught
be
it.
telling you that. Yeah.
He could
Yeah.
have taught it. Yeah. He ain't nothing he can't do.
Yeah.
He-
Here's
yeah,
a good one coming in from Blakely, Georgia. They said Mr. Kenneth Enfinger from Blakely, Georgia, taught him how to do that, but it was not Kenneth Enfinger.
You
Well,
may
can I
have-
make a guess at who it might have been if we talking about great Americans that played the harmonica? Could it have been Mr. Luther Clearman?
Yeah, it was close. Him and Kenneth Enfinger, it was close. Luther Clearman would have been in the running. Yes, sir. I got him coming in. All right, I got a winner. And the bad thing is he done won before, so we might have to send him a different gift. But he's the only one.
We're gonna have to send him. We're gonna have to send him a consolation prize. And we're gonna send him the Rice-A-Roni.
Yeah, we'll send this one to Rice-A-Roni. Kenneth Spooner is the winner. Kenneth's done one, but Kenneth Spooner is the winner. Here's the answer: Delbert McClinton.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him. Oh yeah,
Hey, he's strong. He's strong.
Yeah.
He's strong as train smoke now, buddy.
Yeah.
Woo. We saw him play over in Augusta, Georgia at the Blind Willie Blues Festival. Me and Nadine went over there. He's awesome.
All right, Kenneth. We'll get you a prize. I don't know what it's gonna be.
It'll either be the Rice-A-Roni or the toilet brush.
Give me Rice-A-Roni. Give me an autograph box of Rice-A-Roni.
All the aircraft brought a Rice-A-Roni. That's what it
Or
is.
the toilet brush. They went with the Rice-A-Roni.
I tell you what, we might send him. We might, if I can drum up a bottle and steal a bottle, we might send him a bottle of Uncle Billy's sauce.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. He'll be happy with that.
Consolation.
That's hard to get your hands on there now.
Hard to get your hands on that, man. Uncle Billy about done. He done about quit.
Hey, Floyd, tell him about our buddy Wayne Garney, KWG Plumbing.
He's my buddy. Let me tell you, Kenneth Wayne. He's my buddy, y'all. He's a good guy, plumber. He's a plumber from here in Cottonwood, Georgia. Married a girl from here in Cottonwood, Georgia. Family's from here in Cottonwood, Georgia. Local guy, local family guy. Does a great job with plumbing. He does if you got any kind of plumbing around your home that needs fixing. If you have a new build, if you have a new house going up, or if you have an industrial site that's going up that you need plumbing done, call Kenneth Wayne Garney. He can do it all. Kenneth Wayne he's a Alabama master licensed plumber, Georgia master licensed plumber. A good guy, a good honest guy that's got a good crew. He knows what he's doing. His work is guaranteed. He does it right, and he's got 24-hour service. And Kenny Wayne's motto is, if it ain't flowing, we'll get you going. Don't care how big it is. Don't care how big the load is. Don't care how little the load is. He'll get you going. If you need any kind of plumbing done around your house, any kind of appliance installation, any of that stuff, Kenneth Wayne, he'll handle it for you and do it right, and you'll be proud that you've done business with him. And he's also a master fisherman, and we are glad to have him as a sponsor on our show.
And Floyd, that's KWG Plumbing. Appreciate the sponsorship, and I've got him on the phone right now. None other than the fisherman himself, Mr. Wayne Garney. How you doing, Brother Wayne?
Doing good. Just getting finished with some Ziggy B's oysters, man. They hitting good.
There you go. One sponsor doing business with another sponsor. Well, Wayne, I got the picture thrown up on the screen of your catch last week. There's one picture of you holding an extra large catfish, and then there is a table loaded full of catfish. Tell us a little bit about your venture.
Yes, sir. We ventured down to Lake Seminole Friday after work and went up the Chattahoochee River probably about 10 miles and found some deep water, 7 or 8, I say 10 miles. Country miles kind of long. But, found some deep water and put out our pool noodles, baited up with a special bait a certain preacher told me about. And, man, it's been working good.
Well, that is one more nice catch right there. How much you reckon that catfish weighed that you got there by itself?
It's 18 pounds, but if you call me tomorrow, he's gonna be 20.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, it's 18 pounds, but you call me tomorrow, maybe by next Friday.
He'll be weighing 20 pounds there. Yeah.
And-
Well, what about what's your plans for fishing the coming up week?
I think I'm gonna try Spring Creek. The moon, I just looked outside. The moon's full, so I'm gonna try Spring Creek to see if I can get some of them fresh brim and shell cracker and whatever I bite down there besides the snakes.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know, it was a good day out on the water. I wish I was there every day, but sometimes you got to work and pay the bills. You know, I appreciate y'all advertising for me.
Yes, sir. We want them all to give you a call. What's the motto again, Queasel?
If you can't get it, I don't know.
No,
I forgot.
if
If it ain't flowing, he'll get you going.
you get you
There
going.
you go.
That's it.
That's
If
it.
it ain't flowing, he'll get
Yeah.
you going.
Wayne, were we
And-
supposed to have another guest join us on the phone tonight, or is that not going to happen?
Yeah, I got her. Hannah, she's just been dying to talk to y'all, and I don't know what she's gonna say. She ain't told me. I reckon she's gonna tell you how sweet I've been and what I've been getting her and this and that and the other. But we'll see. But here she is.
Hello,
Hello, Miss Hannah. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just want to tell y'all though, this done made me mad tonight, and I'm gonna tell secrets on him.
What is that?
He's lying to all y'all. Them fish, he ain't caught near one of them fish. He goes out there to stick the bees.
His wife now, Floyd, is saying that them fish come from Ziggy Bees before they was ever clean.
At least he's doing business with our other sponsors. So
That's right. That's right.
We
That's
ain't gonna
right.
come down on Kenny Wayne. I promise you that.
Right when they come off the truck.
Well, hey, I reckon we might better let y'all go because I figure there may be a fight broke out at the house over there.
I just had to tell y'all that.
All right, thank y'all.
Bless you, brother. See you next week.
Yes, sir. All right, bye-bye.
So Wayne might not he might not have caught the fish, but he's getting to be a better fisherman because he's getting better at line. See, so he's learning what to do. He's
I think
getting
he
better
learned
at
from
line
that
now.
fishing river we used to have.
Yeah.
on.
And that certain preacher that he was talking about that he got that bait from, that he was holding up that 18-pound catfish. You know how much that fish would have weighed if he'd have held it up, don't you?
If who the hell
pounds.
did it?
If
Oh,
that
he coulda held it
certain
up.
preacher,
He
that
wouldn't
certain preacher that told him to bait. What was that one? What was that he bragged about catching that time? What, 38 pounds,
38 or 40 pounds. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, it might have weighed 5.
Mhm.
The one the preacher caught now.
See, he get one of them little old 6-pack coolers. One
Yeah,
of them little 6-pack to hold a 6-pack, and he get him a
Zoomies.
catfish in there that weighed about 3/4 of a pound or something. And he get him all folded around in there. Then he'd
And
make
zoom
out
it.
like that was one of them
Yeah.
90-quart coolers that fish.
I
was
see him.
That's it.
I see him. You know him.
I know it well.
I
Know
see
it
him.
well, man.
Queasel, tell them one more time about Phillips Auto Parts and the Holstered 9.
Hey, I went by there today. No joke. I went by there today. There wasn't a parking spot open. Not one. They were so busy in there selling parts, selling guns, selling gift baskets, and all kind of smell good stuff. I think I even saw a bag of world-renowned rabbit pellets coming out of there. They were doing it today. Look at them. Look at that picture. 2 American flags flying. How could you not want to do business with these people? They got all the things you need for your farmers, all your peanut needs, your stuff you need to keep your tractors going. You got to grease up them shakers and them pickers. They got all the different kind of grease. Keep your cars, trucks, service, wash, got them looking good. You want to be in there, hey, do a good job. Buy your wife something. They got all kind of little gifts in there for your wife. Then you step across over to that other building, and man, they got every kind of firearm that you could imagine. They got a thing in there. Marshal Matt Dillon would go slap crazy in that store. He'd had to have one of everything in there because they got them. They got any kind of gun you want. They can any kind of bullet. They can fix your guns. They can repair them. They can restore them. They can teach you how to properly operate them. And that's another thing they do. Take your kids by down there and let them help you teach your kids how to handle a gun properly. They full of that kind of information. They love doing it. They love helping people. And don't forget, they are the home of the world-renowned Floyd B. Lloyd Green Mountain Rabbit Pellet Grills. Give them a call. Drop by to see them, 27 South, right under them 2 American flags. Go early because you might have to find a parking place.
Hey, I guess I got a message. I didn't know if y'all knew this. Y'all were talking about Senator Brett a while ago, right?
That's right.
Guess what? That is Julian Boyd's daughter from Dothan, Alabama.
The boatman. That's his daughter.
The boatman.
And let me tell you something. I would take up a second residence in Alabama to vote for her because she let them have it. Let them have it.
That is good news right there. It's Julian Boyd's daughter. All right, boys, here's one I got for you. We're going to have to talk about this, so let me get to it right here. All right. You ready for this? Let me get it to pull up here. It's kind of being slow. Department of Veterans Affairs teaches its so-called healthcare providers to encourage abortions, instructs that men can get pregnant, recommends against congratulating a pregnant woman. A leaked training video initially obtained by the post-millennial believe the federally funded training further portrays abortion as beneficial for expectant mothers and childbirth as more dangerous than having an abortion, while perpetuating the myth that abortion restrictions represent a long history of reproductive injustice in this country. And it is titled Biden's VA, Don't Say Mother or Baby.
Of course. I mean, when you have a fool that is in charge of stuff like that, and really he's not in charge of it, but you got a fool that's in charge of him, and he's a fool. But all he does is repeat things that people the guy that's whispering in his ear, Barack Hussein Obama, that's whispering in his ear. Oh, no, he ain't. He's shouting in his face, telling him what to do. That's what he's going to do. He don't know. He can't make this stuff up. He ain't got enough sense to make it up. He can't make it up. He don't even know what he's talking about. But Barack Hussein Obama knows exactly what he's talking about. And he's telling that stupid Joe Biden what to say. And that stupid Joe Biden is saying it and doing it. And it is destroying everything in this country that has any moral fiber to it. We got to do away with it.
He will, without a doubt, go down in history as the absolute worst president ever in the United States of America. He will have done more damage. Now, there's been some bad ones, but there's never any that's done more damage to the basic infrastructure of the government, of democracy, than what this man has done. He's made a mockery out of the Constitution. He's made a mockery out of law and order. He can do apparently him and his family can do anything they want to do, and they above and beyond the law. So, I mean, why wouldn't he do it?
But in his mind and in his followers' mind, we are the enemy of democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why they stupid and we smart. That's the difference.
Yeah, he gave a big speech today about that. The MAGA Republicans, which is us, all three of us, and my wife and y'all's wives and anybody else that's got any sense to make America great again, people, we're the problem. We're the ones that's going to destroy the whole country. And if you're stupid enough to listen to MSNBC and CNN and read the New York Times and Atlanta Journal-Constitution, if you're stupid enough to get your news from them, listen, you are so ill-informed, you are off the planet with knowing what's going on.
That's right.
All right, I got one more before we go to the list of possibilities. Here we go. Target to close 9 stores in major cities over theft and violence. The company will close 1 store in New York City's Harlem neighborhood, 2 locations in Seattle, 3 in San Francisco, Oakland area, and 3 more in Portland, Oregon, due to theft and violence risks.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Well, here's what I think. I think they ought to close all of them.
I do too.
If they wait on me to go in one, they won't never make another dollar. I would walk in a Target to buy I just keep right on going. They made their stance known. They gonna make their stance known. Well, I'm making mine known, and they won't never miss my money, but they won't never have the pleasure of saying they got it. They ought to have to close it because it's the people like them who is defunding the police, who are putting these liberal DAs in there and these liberal mayors and councilmen that letting everybody get away with everything. No bond, you go do whatever you want to do. You ain't got to pay no bond. You just get out and go. I mean, listen. Back in the days of $18.75 in Cockett, you had to pay $18.75 to keep from going to jail. So there's always been a bond of some kind, but not no more. They just made a mistake, let them go. So you see where it's gotten them. You see where what was it last week? Last week. Might have been this week too, reading about stores in Oakland, California that were owned by individual owners who was going on strike because they couldn't open up, because every time they open up, they got robbed. Every day they was open, somebody come in and rob.
Here's the interesting thing I've been doing in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The city of brotherly love, if you will. 2 nights of riots, 2 solid nights of riots. They had one fool on there. She was screaming about folks that got to eat. Well, yes, nobody was stealing hoop cheese and soda crackers. Nobody was stealing that. They were stealing tennis shoes, they were stealing cell phones, and they broke into liquor stores. So the state of Pennsylvania controls the liquor stores, kind of like Alabama does. So they have decided they're going to close every liquor store down in Philadelphia, which is one of the greatest things. That they better close them down or they ain't going to have nothing to sell. They might as well just open it up and start giving it to them. But they're going to close every liquor store down in the city of Philadelphia. But that's what they were screaming. She was screaming about, we got to eat, we got to eat, we got to eat. But nobody was stealing soda crackers and hoop cheese or milk or baby formula. None of them, they weren't stealing that. Tennis shoes, cell phones, and whiskey. That's what they were stealing. So now tell me about the mentality of the people that are doing that.
All right, Floyd, let me ask you this. Mr. White Chambers, Mr. Bon Wilkin, Mr. Josie, Mr. Jabbo King, those entrepreneurs of days gone by, had someone broke in and tried to steal their stuff, what would have happened?
Well, the first thing they had to do, if it had been in Miller County, they'd have called Buck Tab and Felix Tab. Felix was the sheriff and Buck was the chief of police. That's all they would have had to do. The problem would have been solved. And if you was in Donaldsonville over there, I think Mr. Dan White, he was the sheriff over there. I don't know who the chief of police was who was over there, but Mr. Dan White was the sheriff. Called him, and because they know who it was, that problem would have been solved. But now you can't do that. You can't solve the problem lawfully.
And let me add this to you. In most of them business owners that you spoke out, somewhere right around that cash register, they was something there to equalize whatever come in that door. You can count on it.
So they knew who it was. They knew who it was that was coming in that door. They knew if that person was for real or not. They knew if he had any sense or not. They knew if he had any money or not. They knew where he had been. They knew who his family was. They knew what he was up to when he came in the door.
That's right.
And Queasel, I know your granddaddy was a proprietor too, and they'd have come in and tried that on him. It wouldn't have worked too well, would it?
They wouldn't have turned out. They wouldn't have had a real good day that day. But here's the thing: in that day, whoever it was that defended his property, defended his business, and defended what was his, would have been upheld in justice.
That's it.
They'd have been upheld, see, because there was justice. Mm-hmm. There is no justice now. So if you defend yourself now, I mean, you just think about it. You go somewhere now with your wife or your family, and somebody jump on you and attack you, and you defend yourself, or you pull out some type of weapon and you shoot them, you're going to go to prison, because that's the world we live in. They're going to get away scot-free. You're going to go to prison, even if you have no right to defend yourself. So that's the change of times. And the other thing is, a lot of it on both sides, back in the day when I was coming up, all these children that Billy was talking about, that Floyd was talking about, rioting and all that stuff, they didn't have time to riot. They was working.
They were working.
Didn't have time to riot.
They didn't have social media. They didn't have social media.
Yeah, if they didn't
This
have
thing
time,
right here, this deal right here, that's the mark of the beast right there. It's
I
going
would
to
do away with
destroy
it.
this world. That's how they communicate with one another. They got apps. They got apps on there. Where's the ride tonight? Where
That's
we
right.
gonna loot tonight? They look on that cell phone, and there is 500 of them gathered at one place at the same time. And the internet people, Google and whoever, they do nothing about it. You let us three cross the line a little bit, and you see where we wind up. They'll put the mute button on us. I promise. I'm surprised they hadn't already done it, but they'll put the mute button on us.
Yep.
Sooner or later, one of these things like Floyd's talking about, one of these mass riots is going to show up at the right place,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to have to tote about 15 or 20 of them out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, off the street. They're gonna have to drag them off the street.
You'll see that change. People are getting tired of it.
Yep.
People, they're getting tired of it. When you in business for yourself, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to make it. And then when some little old jackleg gonna come in there and bust up everything you got and steal everything you got, they gonna get the right one sooner or later, and that'll end that.
It's going to be bad, too. It's going to be
Yep.
bad. All right, guys, it is that time. Once again, Floyd's List of Impossibilities. And it's brought to us by our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity, none other than Mr. T.C. Berryhill. Berryhill Auctioneers, worldwide auction company. Good friend of ours, good man. We appreciate his sponsorship from the beginning with the Floyd's short list and now moved on to Floyd's List of Impossibilities. Mr. T.C. Berryhill and Floyd's List of Impossibilities.
Thank you very kindly there, Marvin. Appreciate it, Quiz. Appreciate the intro. Thank you very kindly. We've said nothing but the truth. And I just want to make a little statement here to some of our people that might be watching out there. Whoever you are, don't matter. If you don't like the content of our show, or you don't like the truth, or if your feelings are hurt by watching our show, turn us off and start your own show. End of this discussion. We don't care. Floyd's List of Impossibilities.
Period. Did you forget that period?
Fred Sanford, period.
Put that period there, Floyd.
To find is an impossibility, if you will. And any of you people that might be listening in Philadelphia or Martha's Vineyard, it's impossible to find, or anybody here in Miller County, if you will. You may be a retired person that's got your own opinion about how things are and how stupid we are. Listen to me. Yes, it is. And if you can correct me, call me. It is impossible to find a solar panel or a windmill that provides electricity on any property owned by Barack Hussein Obama and Michelle Obama, John Kerry, Joe Biden, or the Clintons. Show me some solar panels and some windmills on their property, if you will. It's an impossibility that any sovereign nation can continue to function when it does not control its own borders. Name one. Y'all name one.
Have the truth there now.
We're non-functional. We're non-operable. Isn't it another impossibility that the New York Times or the Washington Post newspapers will ever have a section of the newspaper dedicated to prayer request? We got a little newspaper here in Miller County, Coffee Georgia, called the Miller County Liberal. Every week there's a list in there of people that are requesting prayer, and they're prayed for. You get them and you put your hands on the list right there, and ask God to bless every one of these people right here on this list. Right, that's a nice little hometown newspaper. Mr. Terry True does that, the Miller County Liberal. If you want to get to know what's going on, subscribe to the Miller County Liberal. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here's another one. Here's a good one right here. It's an impossibility that capped teeth, facelifts, hair plugs, and aviator sunglasses can make a fool look cool. That's an impossibility. It's an impossibility. Here's another one right here. We touched on this a little bit earlier, that quiz with Bobby. That anyone, it's an impossibility, that anyone who has watched the 2 previous Republican debates will watch the 3rd one. I promise you.
Amen.
Fox News, you're wasting your money.
Amen.
We're gonna get into some serious business here now. We fixing to get into some serious. So Queensland, just easy now. Just go easy.
Don't hurt me now.
I think they wait for this at the end because it's
Don't
an
hurt me, Floyd.
impossibility that Bill or Hillary Clinton have in the last 35 years seen each other naked. That's an impossibility. Call me Hillary, call me Bill. Oh,
I told you not to do that.
It gets better. It gets better. Okay, I got about 3 more to go. Okay. Here's a list of his impossibility. Hold on. That a man that has a carrot long enough to have a bend in it is going to take any medicine that might compromise the function of his carrot. I think I'll take one of them pills there. Yeah. What happened? What happened to my carrot? Where did he go? Okay. Here's one. Hold on. Yeah. Here's one. It's an impossibility that our Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, would ever say, "Oh, I would never touch that bent carrot." Here's the last one.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you back.
Go ahead, please.
I said I'm gonna get you back one day.
It's an impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without filling up, without having a bowel evacuation in his Depends underwear.
Mm.
That's it for Floyd for tonight.
Man, that hurt me.
Floyd, look at it and tell them about our Charlie's 7-day forecast.
Sunshine, blue sky all the way. Y'all get them peanuts up if they need digging. We better get them on up. They done about what they gonna do. Especially these dry land peanuts, y'all get them on up. Cause don't look like we got no rain in sight. We done got all the rain we gonna get. Y'all get them things up and get them picked and get them in a wagon and get them on up here to the mill and get you some money for them. Fair weather right on through, all the way through next Thursday. 85, 89, 80 degrees, and the highest chance of rain we got look like Sunday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 6%. 6%. That's the highest chance of rain we got. Peanut picking weather coming, so y'all get them up and get them picked.
All right, Queasel, take us home.
Well, I don't know that it can, but I'm gonna try. It's been a good show tonight. Hey, we've had a good time. A lot of truth said tonight. A lot of truth, and I agree with Florida 100%. If we have hurt your feelings tonight, there's a button up here somewhere that says off. Hit it. Because I've had enough of it. I tell you, I've had enough of it. And I've tried to raise my family right. My family tried to raise me right. And now we got these people come telling us that everything we try to do was wrong and we're wrong. And it just, it's just, I'm tired of it. We got to make a difference. We got a big election coming up. And people say, well, I don't care anymore. Well, you better care. You better care. You better. We got an opportunity to take this country back. And we need to go about it two ways. First thing we need to do is we need to get on our knees and we need to ask the good Lord who we need to vote for. We need to ask him who it is his will to be leading not only the nation, but leading our local governments, our state governments, and our national government. We need to align with what he thinks, not asking him to align with what we think. Let's get on our knees and align with the Lord and say, Lord, you direct me as to who I need to support. And then let's go and support him. Let's turn it over to him and let him help us get back to where we need to do. We need the fear of God back in this nation because it's gone. And that's exactly what we need. Enjoyed being with y'all tonight. Thank you. It's just an honor for y'all to let us spend a little bit of time with you. Want to leave you with this. If you get an opportunity, find you a way to listen to Billy Graham. Just listen to an old Billy Graham sermon this week, and it'll change your life. Floyd?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Queensland. 100% correct, man. Nothing but the truth. Exercise your Second Amendment rights wherever you are. Be prepared to protect yourself and your family from any kind of event that might present itself to you. Protect yourself. You still have that right here in the United States of America. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know what's going on around you. Stand your ground. Not with violence or anything like that. If somebody's in your face, if they talking to you, telling some kind of stupid mess that they coming at you with, stand your ground. Let them know the truth. Don't ever be afraid of the truth. Tell them the truth. And the last thing I want you to do is when you lay down and go to bed tonight and get in your bed and go to sleep, put your head on your pillow in your cool bed in that cool room with that ceiling fan going and the air conditioner going. You start thanking the good Lord above for what he's done for you today. And you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thankful. Thank y'all for watching.
Guys, we love y'all. You know we appreciate each and every week for you inviting us into your home. Want to remind you, that picture behind me is harvest season. Be particular for our farmers. They're trying to earn a living. They're trying to get their crops in. Look out for them. Be safe. Just follow. Just be respectful of them. I want to encourage you that for safety. I want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors: Moby Dick, Ziggy Bees, KWG Plumbing, Phillips Auto Parts, The Holstered Nine, Southern Hissy Fits, and Berry Hill Auctioneers. We appreciate them. They help make this show possible for us to bring it to you each and every week. If you go in and visit them, tell them you heard about them on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Don't forget, Sunday's coming. You know what I'm going to tell you. Go to church. Go to church. Tune church in if you're not able to go to church. Bible's verse this week comes from the book of 1 Peter. Above all, love each other deeply because love covers a multitude of sins. We need to love each other. Let's keep our heads lifted up toward the sky, trusting in the Lord Jesus. Do something good for somebody this week. Love on somebody. Maybe they don't even deserve it. Love on them a little bit this week. Hey guys, Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise, we're going to be right back here next week, same place, same time, for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And until then, no matter what you do in life, always be particular. Good night.
See y'all.
See y'all.